My name's Ryan. This is the third part of a four-part series on building your own Harry Potter sorting hat. The day one part of this deals with the basic hat chassis and electronics. Day two goes into the Natural Language Classifier for the classification of the houses. Day three deals with voice and speech. So that's what we're going to be recording a little bit on here. So what we are going to do now is focus on the conversation. And we're going to use this conversation service, which is a wrapper for the natural language interface and dialogue and entity extraction. So we've gone into our Bluemix and we've gotten some service credentials, and within Bluemix you can launch some tooling. So I'm going to be working with the tooling here, and this is what the tooling looks like. And before I started recording here, I pulled in and imported some of the intents here. There's some other videos on there I'll link to. Intents, entities, and dialogue. So the intents here, we uploaded the intents from the Natural Language Classifier from the prior section, and we now have a bunch of information on classification around each of the four houses for the sorting hat piece. We're not going to focus on that now. What we are going to do is go in and have a look at the dialogue tree that we're building out here. So we're going to start a conversation with a basic greeting where somebody is welcome to Hogwarts. And once they're in there, they've got an option to go in and engage with the sorting hat, or to engage with some magic spells and learn magic spells, or to do some work with potions. So depending on what the initial utterance is, once they come in the door, they can ask to be sorted, they can ask to go and do potions, or they can ask to go and do magic. So and then once they're deeper in here, for example, if they're into the sorting hat, depending on what they say, they'll be classified as a Slytherin, a Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, or a Gryffindor. And then similarly, if they choose to do spells and magics, they can go and be sorted into transfiguration spells, charms, jinxes, dark arts, etc. And then lastly, in potions, which I haven't fully built out here, that you can go in and subset the potions out. If you're building your own, there's a really good site called Harry Potter Wiki. It's got a lot of information to sort of play around with, and depending on how deep you want to go, you can start to pull out some of the great information that the community has put together on this. So let's go back up to here into our dashboard. So we've built this out. The key thing here is initially is the difference between entities and intents. The intents you can see here by the hashtag. The entities are identified by the @ signs. So these are the entities that I've programmed up a little earlier. So for example, activity sorting hat, activity magic, and activity potions. If any of these words or synonyms for them are uttered, we'll know that's an activity sorting hat. So that can be sort of a decision point for us. So for example, get sorted, please sort me, sorting hat. You don't need an NLC for that. These are effectively grepping or recognizing these ideas and these entities, or the synonyms for them. So these are some of the gates that we're using in the decision tree, and then similarly here for the activity potions. So this is our first gate. Potions, people talking about brewing or making a potion, or getting ingredients for a potion. And then you just add your, and if you have a synonym, you can go here. And then you can see it's successfully updated. So these are all the entities, again with the @ prefix. We've got our intents from our Harry Potter sorting hat, and now we can stitch it all together for the dialogue. And now that this is all in here, we can actually go in and test. So it says, hey, welcome to Hogwarts. What would you like to do? So we can say, please sort me. And it understands that we, down here, the activity sorting hat, please sort me. So it says, hey, we're in a sorting hat. Please tell me about yourself. So you say, I am bad and mean. And it says, well, you're a Slytherin. You're naughty. And say, okay. And we can try it again. Here we can reset. You can see it highlights the next node. So sort me. And say, I'm very smart. And we're Ravenclaw. And we can go reset. And you can see the entity reset is identified here, and that's one of the conditions for going back to the original node. So we've done a couple of loops through here. Let's do one more here. Sort me, please, and say I am bold and noble and brave. And you are a Gryffindor, and say we got Gryffindor, Ravenclaw. We haven't done, and we got Slytherin. So yeah, we've done our examples there. So let's not do a sorting hat. Let's go and try something down in spell. So learn to cast spells. And it takes us down here to the magic type. It says, hey, you want to learn magic? Study spells, what kind of magic? And say, I want to learn charms. And then it takes us into the charms section, and it knows we want charms because of the @charms entity. And if we go back here and have a look at what define that, the charms entity is right here. And if we open this up, anything that had come in that was charm or charms or levitation charms or protective enchantments would have gated us through to that, and you can effectively hook off of that. So that is a very quick overview of the intents and the entities used to drive the decision tree of the dialogue. I hope you found this helpful. I'll post a little bit more in the next video.